What time is it? It's clue number 1 time. Let's get started right now. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com as we celebrate creativity with you. This is clue number 1 for the Mystery Crochet-Along. In today's mystery, we are going to be revealing the starting of the Afghan. You will notice today that we are going to be making granny squares, and you have to make 20 of these granny squares, and then basically once you have those 20 done, you can wait for me until next week. All clues will be released on Tuesdays going forward until the end of the clues on clue number 10. So stay tuned right now and let me show you how to get started. This granny square is not exactly what you would think. I'm putting it together on the final when you're coming all the way around. So be paying attention to that in just a moment. So here is clue number 1, and we basically have to create 20 of these granny squares. They have to be the same color. It's recommended that all the squares be the same color configuration throughout because it'll look amazing at the end. If you want to change your colors, that's up to you. Don't say I didn't warn you. So here we have what we need to do is 20 of these. There's only 4 revolutions going all the way around, and then we fasten off. I strongly recommend, let's deal with the tails at the end of this this particular clip so that you can get those all ready, because when we're ready for clue number 2, you really don't want your tails all hanging out everywhere. So this is the main color. You do need 4 colors, and this is a nice color that the other colors are gonna sit on top of. You will see the color combinations that were provided on Yarnspirations.com, and when you look at that you'll kind of get an idea of what the designers are thinking, because they've done this in several different ways in order to inspire you further. So let's begin, and we are going to start off with the slip knot. I'm just leaving a generous tail so I can deal with that afterward, and we can insert our hook at this time, and we need to create the center ring for your square that you're making. To begin, remember that this number counts as 1, and we're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and simply at the end now we want to form the ring, so we're going to insert the hook into the beginning chain like so, pull through and through, and you have the center ring. And what I want you to do is put this straggler, the loose end, on top around it so that we can bury it into the next revolution. Let's begin round number 1, and round number 1 is like a standard granny square, but how we finish is slightly different than what I'm used to. So watch. We're going to start off in chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna go back into the center of the square, and we're going to double crochet 2 more times. So 1 and 2. And now this is one side of the square, so we're now going to form the corner, and to form the corner on these ones here we chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. We come back into the center ring. See how this is on top there? We're just burying it along, and we're gonna put 3 double crochets. So in the rules of crochet, when I chained that 3 to start with, that was actually one of the double crochets that we had. So we're gonna turn another corner, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then come back in again, that straggler's in, and 3 more double crochets. Like so. So now we have, you can see that we have one corner, or one side, 2 side, 3 side. We have to finish. So we have 1, 2, and 3 for another corner. Coming back into the center of the ring for 3 more double crochet. And I've never finished off the square exactly how it's showing here, but I actually like it a lot better. I'm surprised I never thought about it sooner. We're going to just chain 1 only, and then we're going to half double crochet to the top of the beginning. So we're just gonna wrap going into the top of the beginning, chain 3, pull through, and then pull through all of it, and this allows you to be right into the very corner to start the next revolution, which will be round number 2. Let's begin round number 2. We're going to start off immediately in chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Coming back into that same space, we're going to double crochet 2 times. So 1 and 2. So this is half of a corner that we're making, and we're gonna complete the other half when we come back all the way around. We're simply just going to chain 1 only, and then just jump to the next corner over here, and we're going to put in 3 double crochet, just like so, and then we're turning the corner, so that means that we're gonna chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, coming back into that same corner as we turn it. So we're going to 3 double crochet again. So you're getting a perfect corner. Okay, chaining 1, coming into the next one over here, and 3 double crochet. This is the other corner. So the corners just get further apart from each other, and in the next revolution we'll be doing with spaces in between the corners. And to turn, chain 3, coming into the same corner for 3 more double crochet. Okay, chain 1, coming into the next corner for 3 double crochet. Okay, chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3, coming into the same corner. We want to make sure we turn around. We're turning that corner. So here we are. We're coming back to the very corner that we started off with. Here you can see it's not complete, so we want to chain 1 first, and then we're going to put in 3 double crochet. But how we finish is unusual, and maybe you've done this before. I've never done it like this, but I actually like it a lot better. So to finish off, we're going to chain 1 and then half double crochet to the top of the beginning chain 3, just like so, and that puts you right back in the corner again, and that's what we have going on so far. So let's move on to round number 3. Now that I've taken you all the way around on round number 2, round number 3 is just simple. It's just we have spaces, more spaces in the middle. So I'm gonna start you off, and then I'm gonna get you to finish off the rest of it on your own. So you're just gonna start off chaining 3. Whoops, that was 2 and 3, and we're going to double crochet 2 more times into that same corner, and we're gonna come back and finish that corner, and I'll show you how to do that for sure. Okay, so we have our 2 in there, so that chaining 3 counts as 1, chain 1, and now we're into a space in between the corners, as you can see, and so we want to put in 3 double crochet into the spaces, just like this. Okay, and then we separate it with then chain 1, and then we start the next corner. So the corners still continue to be 3 double crochet, 3 chain, and 3 double crochet. 2 and 3. See, very easy. Crochet granny squares are one of the most popular items on the face of the earth for crocheters. So we have this, and so again we're gonna come into the middle here. So we're going to chain 1 first, 3 double crochets into the middle, and then basically once you get that done, make sure that you chain 1 and then start the next corner. Please do the remainder of round 3 on your own, and we'll meet you back up, and I'll show you just to remind you how to finish off the end over here. Okay, let's finish number 3, round 3 together, and we're just gonna come into the final corner. You can see it's already started, and we're just going to put in 3 double crochet into that spot. So this is the other side of that first corner that we started with, and again just like before we want to chain 1 and then finish it off with a half double crochet at the top of the chain 3 and put it there, and then we're back in the corner again. We have only one more revolution to do for the squares before it completes off the mystery clue for today, and then basically we're going to get started at that point. So let's move on to round number 4, which is the final of today's mystery clue. To start off on round number 4, as per the instructions, what we need to do is that we need to go back 1 stitch. Okay, so we're just gonna insert back into the 1 stitch and grab the yarn and pull through and through. That's a slip stitch, and so we just moved 1 back. We're now going to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. The reason for it is that this corner, the way that we're gonna start, is different than what we have been doing. So we just chained 3, and now we're going to double crochet 2 more times into here. So 1 and 2, and now we're going to turn the corner. So before we were starting off there and then starting to go down the side, but this time we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, coming into the same space, and we're gonna complete the full corner. So when we finish this off, we don't want to finish right on a corner piece like we have been doing, because you'll see that it makes sense in the future that we do not want any kind of abnormalities right here in the corner. So let's begin. We're going to just work along the side. So we just chain 1, and again it's like before, we put in 3 double crochet into each one of the gapping spaces, followed by a chain 1. Corners will still be done the same. as far as 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and you'll continue that same thing all the way around. When we come back, I'm gonna have you do the rest of this just like you have been doing. There's no tricks to it. I'll show you how to finish off, and then I'll give you some quick tips, and then that concludes today's mystery. So in coming up all the way around, you can see that the final corner is actually made completely. I have my 3 in here. Remember, you need to chain 1 first, and then we're just going to go into the top of the chain 3 that we started off with, pull through and through for a slip stitch to finalize that off. So what we have to do, Stu, now is trim our yarn. We're actually gonna finish off completely. What I strongly recommend for you right at this point, finish off your end, do it properly, and just weave it in. And what I would recommend for you, because this is just a tip for you if you wish, is that get a darning needle and finish it off right. And so what I would recommend is do it right now, because we're gonna have some loose ends to deal with throughout this project, and it's easier to deal with it at the time than it is at the end of the project when you have a lot of tails to work with when it comes to that. So finish it off right, and then basically get a bin, bag, or box to be able to put all of your squares in. You only need 20, and then basically you can meet me for the next clues and be all ready. So if your tails are already in, you're just gonna be able to start your next element to this clues right away, and you can get started and have a great time. So that's how you would do the first set of clues. So basically do 20. Oh, make sure you get rid of that one right in the middle too that we buried. Get everything perfectly ready, and then you have to do 20 of the same color squares in order to complete this. So there you have it. There is clue number 1 out of 10 clues. Get all your 20 squares done. Meet me back here next Tuesday as we have fun in being able to celebrate creativity with you. So wait till you see next week's clue. It's gonna totally throw you for a loop. Until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. We'll see ya.